guys, this is Angela from We Are Family Homeschoolers, and I'm bringing to you my 11th grade curriculum video. This is the last curriculum video that I need to make for this year. And if you guys want to see any videos of how I teach a lesson, or if you have any specific questions about any curriculum, I could pop in some more videos. Possibly make one about our favorite curriculum, since this is our 12th year homeschooling. Just drop it in the comments and let me know. So let me show you what my 11th grader will be doing this year. For language arts, he's doing learning language arts through literature, the gray book, which is LLATL. After the gray book comes the gold book series, and that's the end of it. For history, he's doing Civics and the Constitution for half a year, so that's half of a credit. And then along with that, he's doing All About Money, Business and Economics by the Thinking Tree, and that is his half of a credit in economics. For Bible, he's doing Dare to Be a Man of God by Michaela Vincent. For math, he's into Math UC Algebra 1. If he can make it to geometry this year, then we'll go ahead and do geometry for the second half of the year, but we'll see how that goes for him. And let's see, for science, we are doing Ace Pace's biology. And hopefully we'll also get to physics in his 11th grade year, possibly in the spring, because he's actually starting biology right now. And we'll see how fast that goes. These are some reading books that come with the LLATL: Daddy Longlegs, A Lantern in Her Hand, God's Smuggler, and LLATL. Along with the economics journal, we're doing Whatever Happened to Penny Candy, and the Money Wise DVDs, which I'll break those down for you in just a minute. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to start with math. So Math UC Algebra 1 comes with a big fat teacher's guide, a student book, a test book, and lessons taught by the professor on DVD, which we love. This way, if I don't understand the math, it's being taught by a professional, and he can watch the video as many times as he needs to. This is a look inside the instruction manual. Okay, I'll give you a quick glance at what's in Algebra 1. Okay, there are 35 lessons, or approximately it takes 35 weeks to finish this curriculum. There's a how to use page. There are honor lesson topics. This page explains the 4-step Math UC approach. Okay, so it's prepare for the lesson, present the new topic, practice for mastery, progression after mastery. So if you're new to Math UC, go ahead and read those. So you don't need to read these lessons to your child if they watch the DVD and understand it. If they have a lot of questions, then you can go through this with your kid and see if that makes it clearer. Okay, so there's a chapter for every lesson. In the back of the book, they have all the answers broken down in steps. This is really helpful for me, so when my child has an error, I just say, okay, how far did you get? Did you get this answer? And then did you get this one next? And then we can kind of see exactly where the malfunction was. The answers to the tests are also in the back of the teacher's book. So that's pretty simple, user-friendly. Okay, this is a readiness test. Here's lesson 1A, so it's a quick review of things they learned in pre-algebra. Okay, and then looks like lesson B is another review. And here's lesson C. looks like they got a lot of review in this Algebra 1. I haven't seen so many reviews before. But that's good. I guess there's a lot here they want you to remember. Oh, here's an honors application page. So if you want to make those honors credits, there you go. And here's some more of the honors lesson. Okay, and then moving on to week 2. Now, if your child struggles with this, slow down. You can also go to the Matthew C website and print out extra worksheets. If you need to spend a couple weeks on a lesson instead of 1 a week, that's your business. Your goal as a parent is to teach your child to mastery. Make sure they're comfortable with the concept before you move on. And don't worry about what anybody tells you about what pace your student should be working at. You do what's best for your kids. Okay, so that's that. See what it looks like in the end of the lesson. Systematic review. This is all Greek to me. Algebra was not fun for me in school, so my math loving student does really well with Matthew C, so hopefully I won't need to help him much. Here are the tests. Looks like they have multiple choice this year. I've never seen multiple choice in Matthew C, but that's cool. Okay, and then the DVD. Alright, moving on. Let's do Bible just because it's right here. So this is something we'll probably use about once a week. He'll do by himself. Okay, they're powerful Bible studies for young men today on learning to listen to God's voice and winning life's battles. Thought this would be appropriate as he's launching into adulthood. I'll show you the contents. Okay, dare to seek God's kingdom first. Be content. Fix your eyes on Jesus. Run unhindered. Know who you are in Christ, who your Father is. Enter the secret place. Dare to pray. Dare to worship. Dare to experience God. Recognize God's voice. Walk in humility. Lay down your idols. Okay, putting on your armor, your spiritual armor. Know the truth and live in it. Shut the door on the enemy. Fight for purity. Guard your heart, mind, and body. Have faith. Okay. Dare to love. Dare to forgive. See with God's eyes. Choose God's choice. Submit to authority. Walk in integrity. Glorify God in everything you do. Okay. There is a prayer journal that goes with this. But my son doesn't really like to write. So we'll do family Bible together, and then he'll do this on his own probably once a week. So a lesson is 2 pages, and it's interactive, so it'll ask questions, he'll jot down his answers, he'll do some scripture reading, and that's pretty simple. That's it. I think that's attainable. And here's lesson 2. A couple cute graphics thrown in there. I have one for my teen daughter as well, going into 8th grade. And we're pretty excited about it. Okay, moving on. Let's do Civics and the Constitution. This is a Masterbooks course, and it covers an American view of law, liberty, and government. It is a video course, so lessons are taught on video, which I love, and I will probably watch them with him. This is the textbook, and let's see, table of contents. Okay, American view of law, liberty, and government, America's beginnings, philosophical worldview of the Constitution, independence to the Constitution, immigration, the preamble, Article 1, property ownership principles, overview of the Constitution, Articles 2 and 3, the case against case law, etc., all the amendments. Okay, presidential addresses. In the appendix, you have the Mayflower Compact, the Declaration of Independence, United States Constitution, more amendments. Okay. So, this is what it looks like. It's going to tell you when to watch the video and when to record things down in your workbook and what your objectives should be. I've heard a lot of good things about this course. So I will be putting all of my children through this in their high school years for their civics and government. So that's how that works. Okay. This is the workbook. It's also called the Teacher's Guide, and there are answers in the back. There is a course description and a schedule in the front. Tells you exactly what to read, when to watch the video, when to do your workbook pages, and when to take your quizzes. So, simple fill in the blanks here. Some multiple choice. More fill in the blanks. Multiple choice. Yeah, so I guess that's what that looks like. I'm not seeing any short answer at the moment. Oh, here's some. A few short answers in there. Oh, it looks like here's some more. Okay, I guess it just depends on the lesson. And these are the quizzes. So these are the workbook pages. These are the quizzes. And all the way in the back here are your answers. Okay, so that is 5 days a week, approximately 45 minutes for half of the school year. Okay, for the other half of our history credit this year, we're doing economics. We're using a Funschooling journal called All About Money, written by the Thinkin' Tree. And this is really a research journal. So it's going to give you your topics. Okay, understanding money, people make money, government and taxes. I did write in when I want him to watch certain videos. Okay, understanding basic economics. Hard Times paper, be the reporter. Great Depression, Spanish flu, World War II. It even has research the COVID-19 pandemic in here. So I thought that was very cool. And they recommend to use whatever happened to penny candy. And then you can choose your own books and your own internet resources to go along with this. So, let me find something that's not written. Okay. So, ways people earn money. Right? It's going to give you a little blurb there. And there's 4 groups of people. Employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. And then you're going to look stuff up. So sometimes you're just going to research. Sometimes you'll get your answer out of one of your books. And sometimes it will tell you to watch a YouTube video and write down what you learned on that specific topic. So here's where it tells you to go to YouTube and find a video about a business owner. Okay, and here's some practical application. You've just gotten a loan for $100,000 specifically to start your own business. What type of business will you start and how will you manage your time and money? What is the government? YouTube. Answer these questions. Okay. What's the president's job? Basic economics. So they basically tell you what you need to go research, and then your student does the work. So if you want them to have religious information, that's up to you. If you want them to just have secular information, whatever they find on Google, that's up to you. And there is screen time. There's making comics. writing newspaper articles on hard times and how it affected our economy. So along with this, we're using Usborne graphic books, Understanding Politics and Government, Understanding Business, and Understanding Money. I love these because if you have a visual learner, it's not overwhelming. I like the graphics in here. And they can just look up whatever section they need to go along with their journal, so that's cool. Alright, whatever happened to penny candy. Contents. Every time I look at this book, I want to call it Pennywise, and my kids get after me. Okay. Now, this one is my favorite here. It's Biblical Principles of Work and Finances. And they're like little lectures here. So, biblical principles and insights with real-life examples for understanding God's views on money, practical tips for avoiding debt, building your savings, spending wisely, and giving from a heart of grace. Simple guidelines for life and work, useful for individuals or small group studies. Oh, sorry, I got my flash in there. This is also put out by Masterbooks. Okay, our science choice for 11th grade is Ace Paces. He chose this curriculum, so he's actually working on the biology now. He'll be doing that in the spring and summer of 2021. And so he'll probably finish this by Christmas and start physics next January. So it comes with 12 paces or booklets. And these are what the score keys look like. And those are your answers. And this is the biology course. Oops, let me get the first page here. So it always has your goals and objectives, what you're going to learn about in this pace. This does have Bible verses in it. This is a Christian curriculum. So if you want a non-religious course, this one is not it. But what my son likes about this is it's a couple pages of reading with pictures and immediate questions. If he has to do too much reading, he forgets what he's read. And these are updated, so they have lovely pictures in them. The downfall is that at the end of the year, you throw these away and you only keep the test. So if you have other kids and you need to pass on the information, you might want to choose a textbook or something that can be reused. But I figure we are in the final stretches with this high school student, and I want him to learn the most efficient way possible for him. So most of his work is reusable for the younger kids, but I'm going to go ahead and splurge on this science course. So it's somewhere around $50, and this is a high school credit. Right, and then they all follow suit, and they all have their own topics. Okay, and that's how science works. Okay, and last but not least, for language arts, we are doing Learning Language Arts Through Literature, the Gray Book. It covers grammar, vocabulary, analogies, word study, book studies, composition, narrative writing, persuasive writing, and research. So this really is an all-in-one curriculum, and I don't add anything to it. The 4 book studies are Daddy Longlegs, A Lantern in Her Hand, God's Smuggler, and Eric Liddell. So it's 2 girl choices and 2 boy choices. And that's where he gets in all of his literature study and components. I'm going to have him read the girl choices. If he chokes on them, I will let them pass, and maybe we'll grab something else to study. If you go to the Common Sense Press website, they do have other book studies if you need to change something out. So the way this works is every lesson takes a week, and they use dictation. This one seems to have the most scripture passages. I think there might be 4. that I've seen in any LLATL book. It doesn't have any theology or teaching in it. It's just having them read those scripture passages and write them out. Look for spelling words and punctuation, etc. So it's not saying, read this Bible passage and learn this and that. It's using it for language arts. So just in case anybody need to know that. Somebody asked me before if LLATL was religious. So here's lesson 1. This is the dictation passage. We would read it together. I'd let them study it for a couple minutes. Look for words that might be hard to spell. Check out the punctuation. And then we cover it up, and I read it to him, and he writes it out. Whatever he misspells becomes his spelling words. He will go back and check for spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. These are the answers on the side of the book, and then you would just walk them through this. So this is day 2, so he doesn't have a whole lot to do on day 1. Okay, and this is, how to attack your spelling words, just in case spelling is still a problem. They have tips and tricks in here. They go over the parts of speech in every level of LLATL. So if you forget, don't worry about it, it's coming back. At the end of the week, they do review activities, which I kind of use like a quiz to judge what my student really knows, and then they move on. So that's pretty much how the teacher's book looks. And this is the student activity book. This is the 3rd edition. Each book is approximately $27. So I think it's a pretty good deal for an all-inclusive language arts. So this is what he's going to be reading his passages from. Man Called Peter, the Book of Luke, Gift of the Magi, Little Princess, Twice Freed, A Tale of Two Cities. Here's his book study. There's Moby Dick, The Black Arrow, Pollyanna, Children of the New Forest, White Fang, The Prisoner of Zenda, Samuel, writing a biography, No Little People, book study on LLATL, write a narrative paper. He'll spend a whole week on that, a whole week on a persuasive paper, a whole week on compare and contrast paper, a week on 2 weeks on a research paper. And then again, if it takes them longer to write out their papers and learn the concepts, then go ahead and take 2 weeks on that, or whatever you think is reasonable. So here's lesson 1, the dictation passage I showed you. Here's where they write it out. So we just cover it up with another book. Then he'll come over here and work a few questions and be done. So about 20 minutes a lesson. And here's day 2, talking about attacking spelling problems and some tips and tricks. Use correct pronunciation, use a dictionary, spelling rules. Okay, if you have no spelling errors in your literature passage, in the back of the book is a list of commonly misspelled words. Go grab 10 of those words to use. Okay, remembering what nouns are. Okay, and here is day 3. So now they're talking about observation, and go to the appendix and check out comma rules, parenthetical phrases, capitalization, where to put the commas, and here's day 4, talking about a descriptive paragraph. And here's day 5, rewrite the literature passage, write down your spelling words, write a descriptive paragraph. Okay, talking about analogies. Choose skills from the review. These are enrichments. This is optional. It just encourages deeper thinking. They're like brain exercises. So these are the review activities. Working with spelling rules. Working with the paragraph, A Man Called Peter. Underline the parenthetical phrase. Put parentheses around 2 introductory phrases in the paragraph. and just a place for notes if you need more room. Okay, so that was a whole week's worth of work. You don't need to do any reading in these books until you get to the book study, or if you're a slow reader, go ahead and just read a chapter a day. Like I said, there's review on all the parts of grammar, all the parts of speech. Okay, let me see if I can find a book study. I really like that it's black and white because it helps the kids not to be overwhelmed or overstimulated, especially if they have any ADHD, which I have a few kids like that. Okay, so here's book study A on Daddy Longlegs. So you're working with vocabulary taken from the story, learning about rhetorical questions, more vocabulary from the story. So you're definitely going to be using a dictionary. And then you're going to put your vocab in proper sentences. Discussion questions for the reading. So I will ask him these questions after he's done reading the chapter. The answers are in the teacher's book. And then there's activities to research the historical places where the story took place. You know, all kinds of questions here. Learning how to write a letter. You know, what if you were on a budget? All that kind of stuff. In this particular story, the girl is an orphan, and this rich philanthropist pays for her to go to college. In exchange, she has to write him a letter of what she's learning every week. I think in the end, they fall in love, so he must not be too old. But that's how that works. So we have flipped around to various language arts curriculums over the year, and we always come back to this one. I have the most peace with it. And after the gray book comes the gold book. You can either study American literature, British literature, or world literature. I'm not sure if they've added a fourth one or not. But you only need one. You don't have to do them all. And they are college level work. So if we only get to the gray book, I'm satisfied with that for high school. If he gets to the gold book, then yay for him. You know, I'll go for it and I'll encourage him through it. But I don't know, this child tends to be hands-on and he'd rather be creative and building, so maybe that's just the way he's going to go. Alright, thank you for watching my video for 11th grade, and my son has also opened up a Twitch account where he is live streaming games and Lego reviews that are family friendly. He's hoping that this will be his first attempt at you know, starting his own business, trying to raise some money for a good cause. So I will add that video in right here. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Gabe. I'm the oldest child from We Are Family Homeschoolers. I am 15 as of now, recording this video, and I have been allowed to give myself a shout out on my mom's channel. So if you guys could go follow my Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and no, I'm kidding. I don't have any of those. But what I do have is a Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/LegoGabe_707, and I do lots of cool stuff on there. I do live Lego builds, I do gaming videos, mostly gaming videos, and I do Lego reviews. And here's an example. I do stuff like this. Okay. If I do takedowns, they heal me, so that's good. Okay. And I do stuff like this. Equally matched in power. That's weird. But okay, so they're going in for another attack. Let's see who's gonna win this one. Oh, she slowed Superman down so much. Gonna give him a respin. Okay, it looks like Starfire is slowing down too, but let's see if Superman can make it over in time. And I'm also doing a giveaway on my channel. I'm giving away this LEGO Dimensions Mission Impossible level pack. If you guys would like to enter, there'd be a link for the giveaway down in the description, as well as my Twitch link and my YouTube link. And so I'll be giving this away at 150 subscribers. You can get it completely for free. It's just a random raffle, and you could be entered to win. You don't have to have the game to play, or not play, to build it. All you need is the instructions and stuff. It's good to display. It's pretty cool. And yeah, that's it for my brief intermission on this video. If you guys like to see more, like I said, go check out my Twitch and YouTube in the description.